Behind this building is where we parked, and this is the venue over here. So like half a mile, Josh the movie collector is with me somewhere. And this is just day one. This is like the half day. Tomorrow will be crazier with Millie Bobby Brown. Super early. We drove in today, so let's go in, see who's here, see what we can get ourselves into. We are greeted by a big inflatable Frankenstein right at the entrance. The Spooky Empire sign, and I don't know if I mentioned, this will be our first year attending Spooky Empire, which Patrick is here from the Munsters. He's got some photos and shirts. House of Wax, we have the Scream actor, we have all the Godzilla people. Then we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and CJ Graham, and Heather from Princess Bride and Scream. How to do Night of the Living Dead cast.
I think this is the first one of them I've seen. I've heard of them, but this is the first one I've actually seen. Do you want me to sign the box and do you want me to sign the book also? I won't charge
Beautiful signatures. You too.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll look for that. Thank you. I stole your pen. I'm returning it. You didn't hear me yelling at me. All kinds of names.
Terrifier cast.
the fabulous Damian Rihanna! Welcome, everybody. How's it going?
All
Good
right.
to see you.
Good to see everybody. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, spooky.
I love it. So we have some spooky veterans, and we also have some newcomers for these Terrifier.
Spooky newbies.
Yeah. So welcome back. I think since the last time we saw the two of y'all, your Terrifier 2 came out and kind of, shocked the world. You guys are doing it. It's incredible. What has this been like for all of you guys to be part of this wonderful franchise that has been setting so many different records?
It's been amazing. It's been that whole experience with Terrifier 2 and it going to the movie theaters, and they only planned for it to play for one weekend, I believe, and then by that Sunday, reports started coming out on Twitter that people were passing out and vomiting the movie. And I swear to you, I keep saying this, people, they still don't believe me. I swear to you, we had nothing to do with that. That's all genuine, organic, word of mouth and actual accounts. So yeah, and that sort of caused it to go viral. So then, actually, our distributor sort of had to scramble because, we have something here. We kind of got to keep this going. So it took like a big dip from that Monday to Friday, and then they finally got it back into theaters on less screens, but it made more money than it made the previous weekend. And then they're like, oh my God, we really got to keep this going now. And then they finally got it into more theaters and on more screens, and you guys just kept showing up and really helping us and supporting us. So you guys are responsible. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. I agree.
No, it's really been cool, and it really is thanks to you guys. I mean, everything is because of the fans. This whole film was funded because of the fans, and this is why we put everything we had into it, because we wanted to make you guys happy. And I'm so happy that you guys showed up like you did. So thank you from the bottom of my dark heart.
Is my mic on? There we go. I agree. None of us would be here without the fans, honestly. And this whole horror fan base is so amazing. And I went into this not knowing at all. And this is like my 5th convention, I think. And I love it. I love coming to these. I love meeting all you guys. And none of this would have happened without you. So thanks to you guys. Yeah.
Amen to everything you said. Yeah, it's kind of wild because it's what, 2023? Is that what year we're in? We did this in 2016 or 2015? 2015 we were filming. So kind of it's wild. It's been a wild ride. So to imagine that all these years later and then for it to blow up like it did, I don't think any of us anticipated. David, did you anticipate this?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, but it's been amazing, and I as well love to be here meeting all the fans because it is a fan, it's a fan film, and we wouldn't be here. So.
Thomas, can I say, so Tom is a fan, and we met, did we meet you through horror conventions?
We brought David into our haunted house in North Carolina,
Okay.
and then so got to know like David and Bob. That was October 2019, and then stayed in touch with them. And because I met David and Bob at Days of the Dead in Atlanta, that a few months prior. And I started talking with Bob because I'm actually a pilot, and Bob works at the museum in Detroit. And he's like, "Oh, you're a pilot?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you know so and so?" And like we have mutual friends and all this stuff, which was pretty cool. So he's like, "Yeah, we'll bring David to the haunted house." So fast forward to October, before we had moved the haunted house inside, we're on the side of a mountain, and it's freezing cold. And David's probably like, "Oh God, why did you do this, Bob?" But no, we had a blast. We had a blast. So.
And then you helped us out with Indiegogo, and now he's in the Clown Cafe as one of the victims as a pilot, because I knew you were a pilot.
I know.
I sent you this whole thing around.
Yeah, I know. It's like being a virgin. Yeah, no, we were at the Applebee's in Detroit. And I was like, "What do you want me to wear?" And we were talking. I'm like, "Got the pilot outfit." It's like, he's like, "Could Sienna's wings." And that's how they, like, you tied it all back just over a steak and Outback.
Outback.
I know. I'll never forget that night. It was so cool.
Joker. I want to know if there's any part of art that you see similarities with the Joker, or
Well, I would definitely say it's a little bit in the smile. But yeah, I definitely put a lot of Mr. J in it. I mean, that was definitely a big inspiration there. So it's like, especially just how he loves to cause mayhem and mischief and all that. So there's definitely a lot of Joker in my version of art. So like, and I'm just hoping like a certain Mr. Gunn takes notice of that. James, put me in, coach. Be sure the other clowns how it's really done. What made you want to go from Mike to David to the Mike recast art?
Although the original actor is my buddy Mike Gianelli, and he was not an actor. He was, when I was getting into makeup effects, he would just hang out with me, and I would just test effects on him. And I'd be like, I want to like have this blood pump on the back of your head. I need to like blow somebody's brains out. I feel like, let's go to the side of my house. I set up the camera and I just like start spraying blood everywhere. And he was my guinea pig. If I needed to make a prosthetic, I had the mold of his face, and I would make zombie prosthetics on him and things. And then when I made my first short film, I said, I have this clown character and I need a prosthetic. I already have your face mold. Because going back to the Joker, like I knew when I first sculpted art, especially when I re-sculpted him for the Terrifier short film, the comic book Joker was a big inspiration, just the way his features are, the very pointed chin, pointed nose. But I said, you know, I need an actor. You don't have to speak. I just need you to kind of sit there in this prosthetic and smile and make these weird faces and things. I'm like, trust me, you can do it. I was like, all right. And it wound up really taking off, and everybody was like, ooh, you should make more shorts with this character. And then I was like, I told him we need to make another one. He's like, all right, I'll do it. And then we made Terrifier the short film. And then the fan base grew even more. So when it got to Terrifier, I told him, dude, we're going into making a feature. Finally, we can make Terrifier. And he said, you know, I really can't go through those hours in the makeup chair. It's not fun. And it's not fun. It's a really hard, difficult process to sit through. Right? What a shame. What a shame. And I said, you know, it was tough. Like I begged him to do it, but he just had to go, go his own way.
We just got done with Art the Clown at his panel. That was amazing. I tried to get the, as much as I could, the group selfie. We're in a selfie with the Terrifier cast. If you enjoyed all these signatures, that was me. That was this guy. And Caleb filmed mine. Yeah. So vice versa. Hand in hand. So we'll be back for day 2. If I thought about it and planned, I could have done really all of them today. I did. The lines were not bad at all. Everybody was super nice. We got pictures, we got video. Josh filmed. Big shout out to him. This is morphing into Josh the Movie Collector's channel. No, mine's better. So stay tuned. We got a picture with Heather. Did we? I got video. And was that her mom or aunt that was running? I believe that was her mom. She got a picture with us with Heather. With us with Heather and with your with Patty. Yeah, Patty. Yeah. So stay tuned. More autographs, but amazing day 1. Glad we came on and went ahead. It's very chill here. Like MegaCon, it's like so structured. Yeah, no filming. It's hard to film. Here it's like you rush. Whatever. But stay tuned for day 2. One of Spooky Empire. Got the OG logo t-shirt. I just think that is the coolest. Josh, be ready with yours. We'll show what Josh got, but I thought the OG logo looked fantastic. And my shirt was cheaper than Josh's. Then this fantastic group photo op This is the whole lineup that's going to be appearing. We showed most of these. Some are only appearing tomorrow. Godzilla, stunt performers, of course, Millie Bobby Brown tomorrow. Darth Vader, C.J. Graham, the Terrifier cast, Night of the Living Dead, Evil Dead Rise, House of Wax, which we'll show in a minute, Heather, who we met, took a photo with. We got the original 4 cast members of Night of the Living Dead. We have Karen, Judy, Barbara, and is that Annie? Johnny. I don't know why I said Annie. Johnny, I should know that because that's Russ. He saw my graphic novel as well. Then we have Brian from the House of Wax. Of course, he portrays a twin, so he and his sisters are twins. So we talked about that. Of course, he asked for their advice on the role. And we talked to Heather and her mom about twins, and Patty Jenkins. Then we saw this. We showed it off, I think, in the video, but Johnny signed it 2 times. And in the video, you saw those glasses. That was George A. Romero's glasses. So that's cool. So we got an upgrade in Endless Summer Dockside. It comes with a kitchenette, a view, then this guy. They left him in here. They said they couldn't take him, so just go have to deal with it. And this is the main entrance right there. We're right near the entrance. The buses. Where's that shirt? Oh, here? Okay. We'll show off Josh's stuff here. That's the front there. That is cool. I like my OG logo, but that's... What? There's more. Boom. The back. Yeah. The back, that's... Where monsters... Oh, and it has Universal and Islands. I did not see that. I didn't notice that. Man. Okay, I still like my decision. Then some DVDs. This is a George A. Romero documentary, and this was the original Crazies of the remake. They had a table there for the George A. Romero Foundation, so if you buy something, it goes directly to that. So I thought that was... Alright, and then let's show what you got signed. Of course, Heather got her signature. William Forsythe, who played Flat Top. And then Patty Mullins' goodness right here. What a day. Love Patty. So nice. Most likely all waiting for Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, we're finally moving. At least a little bit. Okay, we're avoiding this line. We already have our wristbands. We'll show a sticker later from our friend Adam the Woo. He gave us one, but we are going inside.
I got Herschel. Yeah, I was good. Yeah, there. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm gonna go right here.
So that's what was happening.
This is Sutherland from the Evil Dead Rises here signing.
Here's good? Yeah. Yeah? All right. And just a signature.
If you want to put Scream 6.
Yeah, we'll do. Did you get your photo already?
Yes, we did.
Where would you like to sign, and what would you like me to sign? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. You just sniffing my boxes? Do you want me to write to Caleb or just not? Yeah?
So I know that this is
You want to hear something really funny? I used to be Mary Beth. My name is Mary Ruth Elizabeth. Yes.
Okay, we'll show the signatures when we get back to the motel. But we got Heather with the poster. We met her yesterday, of course, too. We got Lou with The Walking Dead. We got Denny with the Meet the Parents and Poltergeist.
And the stunt double, Ghostface.
Oh yeah, and in the sixth film, the newest film, he is the stunt guy for Ghostface. So we're going to drop all this heavy stuff off because I don't want to carry it. Then we are going to a bunch of panels, so stay tuned.
Whoa, we got to do vendors. We have yet to do vendors.
Vendors, yes. We've been meaning to go in there, but I figured getting the autographs was a safe bet first. Because we're doing panels.
We gotta show this line too.
Oh, yeah. Let me show you this line. So we've been inside probably 20-30 minutes because we already had our tickets. The line still going all the way down on the other side there. Probably mostly all for Millie Bobby Brown. So glad we came yesterday and got our tickets. Thanks to Josh finding a spot. We had to park. See where that sign is? That group of buildings? We're like beyond that. Probably at least half a mile. But today, I don't think I've told this story. We came in this parking lot because the guy trapped us in and there wasn't any spots. He's like, okay, I'll let you in, just turn around. But this opened up, so we got free parking today. And we got access to the show early because we got our wristband. On to the vendors. It's the freaking Goosebumps mask. How awesome is that?
And Nikolai
Just like having a panel with Chucky.
Oh, father.
So we're gonna go over here. And I apologize for reading your names off the list, but you guys all have unique names and I didn't want to get them wrong. It's an English thing, yeah. Do you have your microphones in your seats, or do we have one and do we have another? All right, so we can share. All right, we're good. So welcome to Spooky Empire, you guys.
This is my first US convention, so I'm really happy to be here.
Originally, actually. And you guys? So it's all of our first US convention, actually. So it's a really special one for us. We've done some in England before, but this is bigger and better, and we're having a fabulous time. So thank you for having us.
That sounds good to you. And
This is like my first time in America, so I'm like, I was watching Coming to America on the plane over here.
Yeah. So I think the thing is, like, I grew up watching like the Disney films of like Disney princesses, but what a lot of people don't realize is all of those characters like had really dark origins because they're like brothers, like fairy tales written by the Brothers Grimm, which is incredibly dark. So to me, I grew up watching Disney, but my parents, for some twisted reason, would also give me the Brothers Grimm fairy tales. Yeah, oh my gosh, indeed. So I was watching horror films from a very young age as well. But yeah, I think to me, those fairy tales, I don't really think you need to push them that far to put those characters in a horror setting because of their origin. So I'd love to see like a proper horror film of Snow White. I know that they did like a short horror film in like the 80s, I think, with Sigourney Weaver, which I need to see. But yeah, I think those characters would be cool. And then we're obsessed with this. You can talk about.
I'm obsessed with this comic book series called Fables by Bill Willingham, which is about fairy tale characters living in modern day New York, and you've got like the big bad wolf, which is the sheriff, and Snow White is the mayor, and it's just like, it's like a nice dark twist to all these familiar fairy tale characters that we grew up with, and it's just such an incredible series, and I pray for the day until it comes onto the screen.
Were you a fan of Once Upon a Time?
Yes, it's very similar.
It's another thing that kind of twisted, like the Gregory Maguire books, who were Wicked, and twists a little bit of the story that we all grew up knowing, and puts a different spin on it. And so it brings a whole new generation of people into the stories, and then they go back and learn the new one or the old ones to get up on it. Yeah. Did you have any tales that you want to twist?
Donald Duck.
He's back and he's pissed.
Yeah, same. All right. Next, let's welcome the Red Bombshell! Up next, we have Athena! And last but certainly not least, the one and only Lloyd Kaufman, everybody! Oh my gosh. Hi. Keep it going, guys.
I would have done The Tempest, but I wanted to wait till I was older and I could really feel what Prospero went through. He's old, he's losing power. I'm sinking deeper and deeper into the reeds of the underground. But like Prospero, I make magic. The Tempest has a monster, it's got a lover, a loving couple, a beautiful romantic couple, it's got a fairy in it, it's got trauma written all over it.
Absolute privilege to bring to the stage at this time, we have Ryan Van and John
It's working.
Yeah.
Hi, what's up?
We're just gonna have a beatbox battle.
I'm not here.
You don't freestyle? House of Wax. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. That's amazing.
What's going on?
Oh my, this is so cool. You were saying is this like one of your first panel things that's happening?
It's not one of his first.
It's my first convention
Ever. You guys understand that? That means he's limited edition. This is one of one right here.
If you haven't figured out, he's such a hustler and he doesn't work these things. He's coaching me all the way through and he's a good coach.
Yeah.
So yeah, limited edition. Older the berry, the sweeter the juice, baby. That makes sense.
They've said it in arousal before.
Age before beauty.
Okay.
So you said you've been giving him some coaching. What kind of advice have you been giving him for this weekend?
Just when nobody comes to the table, don't be sad. That was my hustling. So that you guys all come to the table.
Set him up.
No, I mean, I know him well, and we were good buddies on House of Wax. Like, we hung out all the time.
My favorite person in House of Wax, by the way.
My second favorite character. Yes, I just want to be himself and enjoy it, and he's such a nice, personable guy. It's not,
It's been amazing.
It's not hard to coach.
You did say you're going to meet some incredible people, and I absolutely have met some incredible people. It's been wonderful. Some. I see a couple of you right there so questionable. Hold on a second. You stand up. I'm just kidding. But no, it's been very, the people are amazing. You guys are so beautiful, and I'm having a great time, so thank you.
Before we go later, we're gonna have to take selfies with all you guys. All right? Not one by one, just all you guys.
Work you guys until the end of this whole interview.
But to be on a horror movie with that kind of money behind it, they built an entire Louisiana town in the middle of the jungle in Australia. And all of our sets on the sound stages were completely dressed and coated in wax. Everything was ready to go at all times. So we were there for 4 or 5 months, and there's a lot of downtime, like certainly for me, I'm not in the movie that much, so there's a lot of time to chill, and we just spent all that time together, we traveled together, and then I never talked to him again until now. So
Not true, but definitely not enough. But that town that they built is actually still there in Australia.
yeah, it's still there, you can go visit it. But it was spooky walking around that town, because it was fully dressed, and there were wax mannequins in all the storefronts at the church and everything. So you just go walk around there at night when they weren't shooting there, and walk in and sit down in the chapel, and there's wax Jared Padalecki next to you, and somebody in the coffin, and it was like, Mommy, hello? Yeah, super scary.
You're like fake head.
Yeah, your fake head just laying around.
And then we burnt the stage down too. I just wanted to get into that. We actually, seen the film, and our town burns down. But
so yeah, we
take
were
it over, Bill.
Aside from. Thank you, I will.
No, he just dominates the conversation. Are
you finished? Because I was gonna say that. Yes, we also had 3 giant sound stages. Warner Brothers has sound stages in Surfer's Paradise in Australia. And so all the sound stages had full sets, and they were all coated in wax, and 24 hours a day they had these big cauldrons of paraffin wax being melted, and they were just painting the walls with wax. And one night, on one of the stages that had all the camera equipment in it and all these dress sets, a flame leaped from under the cauldron and leaped to the wall, and you can imagine that the entire building, about this size but higher, was a big giant candle, and the entire thing burned to the ground. All that was left were 3 steel I-beams that were melted down to about this high. That's it. So imagine all this dressed with camera equipment, and all that's left are 3 I-beams like this. And so we ended up having an extra 3 weeks off while they had to go and build all these sets. And so it was kind of like Apocalypse Now, or what's the Heart of Darkness, if you ever seen the documentary about how they all go crazy making Apocalypse Now. Because we were just left to go mad in the jungle for 3 weeks. And,
we did. That's what literally happened. The candle hits the side of the floor, the curtains, and it went up in a matter of seconds. But yeah, I can't believe we really burned the entire stage down.
Yeah.
How
Can we say insurance scam?
Exactly. We just wanted the 3 weeks off. Everybody went home except for us. We stayed in Australia. We loved it so much.
Yeah, they did. They gave us the option. They were like, you can stay or you can go home. And we just stayed. We were like, let's stay. Right? The mask and whatever. He was like, I'm going to do it. Because he did a lot of his own stunts in the movie. And they were like, okay, let's rehearse it, you know, and they were these like very light breakaway plates, but they were still substantial. And they're like, you know, yeah, like really fling it at him, and camera's gonna be right behind him, and so like try to aim for the camera, and everyone's like, Johnny, just don't hit him in the face. Don't hit him in the face. And I'm like, I got it, and we're practicing it, and everything's all good. I'm hitting the camera every time. And then this action, okay, let's shoot it. And I'm like, what guy? Right into his fucking nose bone. Right into his nose bone in the mask. And he's just like, oh, yeah, and all you hear is like, God damn it, Johnny, I told you not to hit me in the face.
I just used it, I got really pissed off. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill you!
Yeah, and I was like,
there's no acting, I'm really going
I
out.
was scared for my life, bro. Like, legit. What you see in that movie is real. I'm like, okay, my head's about to get cut off by this dude. Little kid, and he used to take me to the movies like every weekend, and he would take me to see things that I like should not have been seeing at the movie. So like, he took me to Creep Show when I was 5.
Yeah.
And it gave me such bad dreams that I had to go see a therapist. At 5 years old, they were like, sat me down as an old guy and was like, what is the problem with your dreams? You know, the also shouldn't take you to these movies. But
He was a therapist?
I was trying to be super good. Okay, so you So anyway, I was like just infatuated with movies, and specifically horror movies from a really young age. And when I got a little older, I wanted to do makeup effects. I was like a total fan. And my dad used to take me to these conventions in New York. And I used to like follow Tom Savini around when I was like 11. And you know, all this stuff, I was like obsessed. I would turn my dad into like zombies with prosthetics, and like, I got into public arts high school by my portfolio was just pictures of my dad as like different zombies.
That's so cool.
I do, I just found it.
That's rad. I love it.
You know, so I was always wanted to be part of filmmaking, but I didn't necessarily want to be an actor. And then when I was in high school, I took like an after-school elective that was improv. And that really like opened my eyes to sort of the joy of acting and the transcendence of it. And then I still just didn't, you know, I just wanted to work on movies. I didn't know what I would do.
Yeah.
And I was in this movie Kids, which they found me on the street, and they were like, "Want to audition for movies?" And I was okay. And I had no idea that was just gonna be what it was gonna be. And it ended up being this big sensation, and it opened the door for me to be a professional actor. But I really didn't want that as a life path. I just wanted to be, however I could be close to a set, I would have. You know, if someone had said like, "Do you want to work craft service on this movie, Kids?" I would have been like, "Yes, of course." So, you know, that was the door that opened, and yeah, like God bless it, because I'm here. And the nice wrap around to that story is that last summer I did a con, and Tom Savini was next to me at the table.
Yes.
You know, I reminded him, you know, of course he doesn't really remember that me when I was 11, but he was so sweet, and he was like, yeah, like come to Pittsburgh anytime, and you know, it's just awesome. And so I love doing these things for that reason, because like, you know, I was the homie Gemma's age at these things, you know, running around, so yeah.
That's awesome. Like, I'm glad you guys are here and working.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guess we're angels. We're kind of white in the background.
Halo.
But that's everything from this guy. His channel linked down below. I'll go back to the room and show you what we signed today.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too.
So stay tuned. Josh's channel linked down below, and we'll get out of the rain. I don't know if you can tell, it is kind of sprinkling. It's better than it was. We waited probably 30 minutes.
It was really bad.
Pouring. But let's go inside the room and see what we got signed. I forgot to show this yesterday. Or, no, I didn't get one yesterday. This was today. We got a selfie yesterday with Heather. So today she signed it and we took another selfie. So that's cool. Got some cool signatures on here. And then also today, the stunt actor from Ghostface 6. Very neat. And then we did pictures with the Trauma family, Lloyd Kaufman and some of the other actors and actresses. So I'll insert that picture now. And then we got this beautiful Walking Dead plaque, another person, Lou Temple. He signed it and he loved the plaque. He loved all the signatures and all the Heather and the stunt actor both loved my Scream poster. I got that on eBay. Eventually, when I get all the signatures I want on these, we'll break down signatures. Maybe not year, because they kind of all run together, especially Walker Stalker, but we'll show each signature and we'll show an accompanying picture, and then same with this. Once we get David Arquette and maybe a couple others, the sheriff from the first one, he'll be at Spookalo along with David Arquette. But then this one, Meet the Parents poster, finally. We did a pickups video last week, if you remember. Caleb, were you just sniffing my boxers, dude? Denny, John Abraham, they were both, him and Brian were here for House of Wax, but had to get him to sign Meet the Parents. One of my all-time favorite comedies. Just so great. Then Robbie from Poltergeist signed my DVD. Then, of course, we met Adam earlier in the day. Saw him a couple of times. Saw Rhoda Micah too. I think I mentioned that. But Adam gave us a cool sticker. So that was neat. So that was all the signatures, everything. And now we'll show Josh's off because he had some cool things. I already talked about Trauma. Josh got this beautiful Toxic Avengers set. Comes with Toxic Crusaders, the only way you can get it.
I have had the movies before, but it didn't come with this cool slip and the animated series.
Yeah, we had it before. Sold it maybe a couple years ago, but Josh rebought it with the slip with everything that it has. And Lloyd Kaufman signed the artwork. That was year one, maybe one of one, we'll see, of Spooky Empire. Crazy today, at least. Yesterday was pretty chill, except trying to find parking. We had to park way on the boondocks.
Was a nightmare.
Then we talked about today where we had were forced into the parking lot, no spots, and then someone miraculously left, and we got that spot for free because they didn't obviously print out a ticket.
And we asked.
Yeah, and we asked. We're not,
we're not
interlopers. So, and saw Adam, of course. Saw Rhoda Micah, which we talked about. Saw some awesome celebrities. Some pretty cool panels.
Yeah.
And just a fun time. This one's more, well, maybe not today, but more chillax, more lax, I guess, on the rules as far as filming.
I mean, we stayed through 2 or 3 panels in a row, and then
before the VIP,
they kicked us out. And then we
came back and sat in the exact seat. So that was a little annoying. But anyway, all in all, a great Spooky Empire 2023. Actually, probably the next video you'll see is a pickups video I show about MomoCon, and then the video after that will be us in MomoCon.
Ooh, Don Bluth.
Meeting the absolute legend John. Don's brother John is there.
Right, who's
John Bluth. Don Bluth, the legendary animator. So stay tuned. Lots more to come. Like, subscribe, share with the movie convention lover. Until next time, stay spooky and keep